So, good afternoon and welcome to UCF to celebrate India's 77th Independence Day. Thank you. Okay. I'm Kirsten Hammann. I'm an Associate Dean in the College of Sciences, and I serve as the Interim Director of the India Center at UCF, which is hosting today's event. It is truly an honor to welcome UCF Provost Michael Johnson and our distinguished speakers, Madan, Kumar, Ghildiyal, Acting Consul General of India in Atlanta, and Aditi Walunj, First Secretary for Culture and Education of the Embassy of India in Washington, D.C., to celebrate Independence Day with our community. First, however, we invite Aina Patecha to sing the national anthems of the United States and India to start today's program. Please rise for the singing of the anthems. Would Aina please join me on the stage?
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya Hai Bharat Bhagya Vidata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravid Utkal Banga Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchal Jaladi Taranga Tav Shubh Naame Jage Tav Shubh Ashish Mage Gahe Tav Jaya Gata Janaman Mangal Dayak Jaya Hai Bharat Bhagya Vidata Jaya Hai, Jaya Hai, Jaya Hai, Jaya 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 Hai. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Aina, for this beautiful singing of the national anthems. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to invite UCF Provost Michael Johnson to say a few words. Provost Johnson, would you please join me on the stage?
Thank you, Dr. Hammond. Thank you all for coming tonight and celebrating with us. And thank you for giving us the honor of being able to host this event with you. Independence Day is a happy day. It's now several generations, and yet there are people who remember it, of course, personally themselves. At UCF, we have a conviction that we have an obligation to our community and to our students to offer a broad education associated with India and develop scholarship which gets at the role of India in the world today and tomorrow. Education is straightforward. There's a deep, straightforward to describe. There's a deep and rich and complicated history, culture, religion, arts, science, mathematics, more than I could say, in India. And we owe it to our students for this to be part of their education. I will say bluntly that despite India's importance in the world today, that American universities have all too often ignored this responsibility and failed to develop the curriculum, the education that students need. We have started to do so here. We've done so with a set of donors to whom we're very grateful. We are also trying to go beyond that. We would like to become a premier center of scholarship, understanding, partnership, and ties, which recognizes what India is in the world today, not just the history of 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, but what India is now, what India will be in 20, 50, and 100 years, and what that means for the world, for this country, and our ties among our peoples. This is a really noble endeavor, and I'm very happy that we're part of it. Some of you here today have helped, and I'd very much like to thank you for that help. I'm asked to point out Shannon and Tony, who've worked very hard with a certain set of people who have it in their hearts to help us do this well. And if this is a thing that's on your mind, I hope you will meet with one of them. Please keep this thought in your head. India, you know, is just about to be the world's largest country. It is a model of spectacular complexity in the world today, right? A place of cultures that vary tremendously one from another. And I won't pretend to have always lived amicably every step of this journey, but better than most of us, have learned how to live together, have learned how to take differences and make strengths from them. And I am really honored that we have here tonight such a group of people that we've been able to offer our really humble location as a chance to celebrate a great day. Please celebrate this great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Johnson, for your inspiring words to celebrate India's Independence Day here at UCF today. I would now like to introduce Laila Chako. Laila is the Director of Public Affairs of the India Center, and she will now introduce our guests of honor, First Secretary Walunj and Acting Consul General Ghildiyal. Laila?
Thank you very much, Kirsten. It is a great privilege to be celebrating India's 77th Independence Day at UCF with the community. I am honored to be introducing our speakers this afternoon. Aditi Walunj of the Indian Foreign Service is currently posted in the Embassy of India in Washington, D.C. Ms. Walunj is First Secretary in charge of Culture and Education. Ms. Walunj, fluent in Russian, has served previously in the Embassy of India in Moscow and Tashkent. And Ms. Walunj has held various responsibilities with her work in the Ministry of External Affairs in New Delhi. She's been involved with various bilateral and multilateral fora in Dhaka, Bali, and Bishkek. Now please join me in welcoming First Secretary of Culture and Education, Ms. Aditi Walunj.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Ms. Laila. The leadership of UCF, faculty members, distinguished members of diaspora here, students, good evening and namaskar. On behalf of the Embassy of India in Washington, D.C., I extend my warmest greetings to you on this august occasion of celebration of India's 77th Independence Day. Hugely appreciate this initiative of the India Center of the University of Central Florida for organizing these celebrations with Indian diaspora. This year's celebrations are special as the commemorations of 75 years of independence being marked as the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav culminate, and we continue our march into the Amrit Kal, the journey into the next quarter century towards 100th Independence Day of India. This year also marks India's G20 presidency. President Biden would be visiting India from 7th to 10th of September to participate in the summit. G20 presidency of India is guided by our ethos of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We have worked to promote global good and have infused new energy into the international development agenda. Since the time of independence, we have overcome great odds. And today, India stands tall as a shining example of pluralism, democracy, and a bright spot in the global economic landscape. It comes as no surprise that India is now the world's 5th largest democracy, marching fast towards the third largest economy in this decade itself. Third largest tech startup base, with over 100%, with over 80% Indians have bank accounts and over 99% have a unique digital identity. Imagine this in a population of 140 crore. We are creating a new university every week and 2 new colleges every day. Be it agriculture, space, healthcare, or defense, India is well placed today to face and address emerging challenges and complexities, both locally and internationally. Our prowess in space technology is now world known, appreciated, and admired. In this journey, the United States will be a key partner for India, as rightly mentioned earlier by Honorable Vice Provost. The India-US partnership led by President Biden and Prime Minister Modi has become one of the most consequential relationships for both the countries and for the world. Prime Minister's recent state visit to the US in the month of June reaffirmed our deep bonds of friendship and provided a new impetus to our cooperation. The range of initiatives announced during the visit span all areas of human endeavor and are a testament to the mutual trust between our two countries. We are continuously working together and leveraging our synergies, complementarities to advance global peace and stability, sustainability of the planet, and human development. In this process, the Indian diaspora will continue to be a critical pillar, and I take this opportunity to appreciate the positive work that the diaspora has been doing here in the United States. A key pillar of India-US relationship the 4.4 million strong diaspora, including more than 280,000 Indian students here in the United States, more than 70% of them in the areas of STEM. Talent of Indian diaspora, entrepreneurial spirit and innovation contribute to the prosperity of both India and the United States and serve to strengthen the relations between our two countries. Moments like this, commemoration of Platinum Jubilee of Independence, are when we re-look at our goals, recalibrate them, and strengthen our resolve to achieve them. It is also a time to dream new, dream big, and work passionately towards these dreams. As our Prime Minister has said, and I quote, "Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai, Bharat ka anmol samay hai." This is the time, the right time, India's precious time. Indian diaspora members, young minds here, let us all resolve, let us all continue to work with determination to fulfill these dreams with a partner like the United States. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Walunj. It is an honor to have you join us here at UCF as we celebrate Independence Day. I am now pleased to introduce another special guest. Mr. Madan Kumar Ghildiyal serves as Acting Consul General in the Consulate General of India in Atlanta. Mr. Ghildiyal has extensive experience in foreign service and previously served in Indian missions in Kabul, Jakarta, Abu Dhabi, and Brussels in various capacities. Mr. Ghildiyal has been serving in the Consulate General of India in Atlanta since 2021. His responsibilities at the consulate include commercial and community affairs. And he regularly interacts with Indian community members, students, organizations, professionals, and entrepreneurs in various capacities in the southeastern part of the United States. Now, please join me in welcoming Acting Consul General, Mr. Madan Ghildiyal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Leela Chako. Dr. Michael Johnson, Provost, members of faculty, Indian organizations supporting this program, members of Indian diaspora, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see so many of you turned up today for this celebration of India's Independence Day. It is my pleasure to be here amongst you in this celebration. A very happy Independence Day to everyone here. This is the day when we remember our freedom fighters and leaders of national movement. We are indebted to great leaders, especially Mahatma Gandhi, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Sardar Patel, revolutionaries like Mangal Pandey, Tatya Tope, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, Chandrasekhar Azad, and to brave women such as Rani Lakshmi Bai, Jalkari Bai, Rani Channamma, Begum Hazrat Mahal, and Velu Nachiyar. They all sacrificed their life and comforts to provide us freedom. Friends, the independence of India has a certain kind of significance. The first is that it started decolonization movement in 20th century. We got independence in 1947, and soon after, many other developing countries got independence. Secondly, the leaders of Indian national movement, they were very well-read, well-traveled, and they knew what is going on around the world. They saw the two great wars and the devastation and havoc caused by them. And they were the earliest proponent of non-violence and peace. After Second World War, now this is the norm in international relations. Everybody accepts peace and non-violence to be basis for the international relations. And the third thing is that soon after getting independence, they avoided falling into either of the camps. With the help of some other developing countries, they created non-aligned movement, and it was a big bulwark towards global stability and peace. Ladies and gentlemen, our scientists have given us a great gift on the occasion of 77th Independence Day. A few days back, Chandrayaan-3 successfully landed on South Pole of Moon. And as you know, 4 or 5 other countries have also tried to land on South Pole of Moon, and they could not succeed, the latest being Russia. So it is a big achievement. India has become 4th country after US, Russia, China to achieve this feat. This year also has been remarkable from point of view of India-USA relations. The recent historic visit of Prime Minister of India at the invitation of President Biden was a great success. You might have seen warm welcome accorded to Prime Minister as he arrived in USA. The visit has laid the base for cooperation in defense production, space, high technology, chip manufacturing, healthcare, and manufacturing of jet engines. US memory chip firm Micron Technology will invest up to $825 million in a new chip assembly and test plant in Gujarat, which will be its first factory in India. On immigration issue, the United States agreed to allow Indian nationals on H-1B visas to renew them in the United States without traveling abroad. Indian solar panel maker Vikram Solar Limited will invest up to $1.5 billion in US solar energy supply chain. India has also agreed to join US-led Artemis Accords on space exploration and will work with NASA on a joint mission to the International Space Station in 2024. India also agreed to join the Minerals Security Partnership to create critical energy mineral supply chain. Friends, government has introduced several policy measures such as JAM Trinity, which stands for Jan Dhan Yojana, Aadhaar and mobile number, UPI payment network, and GST to strengthen our economy. These measures has resulted in qualitative changes in Indian economy, which has become more formalized and more digitalized. The total number of bank accounts under Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana crossed 500 million earlier this month, which has led to financial inclusion of large number of Indian society. Total deposits in these accounts combined stood at rupees 2.3 trillion as on 16th of August. India with 89.5 million digital transactions in the year 2022 has topped the list of countries in digital payments. India accounted for 46% of the global real-time payments. The digital payment transactions in India were more than the digital transaction of next 4 leading countries combined. The goods and services tax collections have increased from 60,000 crores per month in 2017 to rupees 1,60,000 crores per month this year, and has given much needed revenue to the government to carry out developmental works. India also overtook United Kingdom to become 5th largest economy in the world last year. Several research firms have estimated that Indian economy will be worth $6 trillion by 2030 if it continues to grow at the current pace. India's road network of nearly 64 lakh kilometers has grown 59% in last decade to become the 2nd largest in the world after USA. India's national highways network alone stood at 1,45,000 kilometers. It is customary for President of India to address the nation on the eve of Independence Day. I will now read out Some excerpts from the President's speech. Dear citizens, on the eve of Independence Day, I join my fellow citizens in paying grateful tribute to the known and unknown freedom fighters whose sacrifices have made it possible for India to regain the rightful place in the Committee of Nations. Each of us has many identities. Apart from caste, creed, language, and region, we are also identified with our families and professions, but there is one identity that is above all. That is our identity as citizens of India. Dear citizens, I am happy to note that the economic empowerment of women is being given a special focus in our country. Economic empowerment strengthens the position of women in the family and in society. I urge all fellow citizens to give priority to women empowerment. I would like our sisters and daughters to overcome challenges with courage and move ahead in life. Development of women was among the ideals of our freedom struggle. As the G20 represents 2/3 of the world population, this is a unique opportunity to help shape global discourse in the right direction. With the G20 presidency, India can nudge decision-making in trade and finance towards equitable progress. Dear citizens, I am happy to note that along with economic growth, human development concerns have also been accorded high priority. Having been a teacher, I have realized that education is the greatest tool of social empowerment. The National Education Policy of 2020 has just started making a difference. From my interactions with the students, as well as educationists, at various levels, I gather that the learning process has become more flexible. The visionary policy, which aims to merge ancient values with modern skills, will bring in unprecedented changes in the education sector over the years, leading to a great transformation of nation. Dear citizens, for us, science and technology are not ends in themselves, but are a means for betterment of our people. One area that merits urgent attention of scientists and policymakers all over the world is climate change. In this context, it is noteworthy that we have achieved unprecedented goals in the field of renewable energy. India is providing leadership to the International Solar Alliance. Our country is playing a leading role in fulfilling international commitments. We have given mantra of life, that is lifestyle for environment, to the global community. Dear fellow citizens, our Constitution is guiding document. Its preamble contains the ideals of our freedom struggle. Let us move forward with spirit of harmony and brotherhood to realize the dreams of our nation builders. On the eve of Independence Day, I once again extend my greetings to you, especially to our soldiers guarding the borders, Jawans of the forces, and the police providing internal security, and to the members of our diaspora living in every part of the world. I convey my best wishes to all of you. This ends President's speech. Thank you very much for coming here to celebrate India's Independence Day in a big way. Jai Hind!
Thank you, Mr. Ghildiyal, for your meaningful words in honor of India's Independence Day. We are very fortunate to have you also representing India here at UCF. Now, I'd like to welcome Pandit Nandkishor Muley, an affiliate faculty member at the University of Central Florida India Center. Pandit Muley teaches cultural traditions of India in UCF's Honors College. Pandit Muley comes from a family of traditional Indian musicians, and he is very active in teaching Indian musical arts and performing throughout the world. He has won a German Grammy Award and he was awarded the Excellent Art and Cultural Educator Award from the United Arts of Florida because of his contributions to Indian music and culture throughout Florida. Now please join me in welcoming Pandit Muley and his students, Govind, Arya, Mehul, and Shadak.
Namaskar, good evening, and happy India's Independence Day, which we are celebrating today. It's pleasure to celebrate Independence Day with some music also. Because without music, I don't think there is any function is, done. So music should be there. So the instrument which I am playing is very rare instrument from the Himalayan regions of India, Kashmir. The name of the instrument is santoor. This name we have adapted from Persia. But this instrument earlier during the Vedic time, almost 3000 BC, it was called Shata Tantri Veena. That means the instrument with the 100 strings. And if anybody wants to count the strings after the function, you can come and count the strings, and they are 100. And this is the only instrument we play with these two wooden mallets. We call them kalam. Well, I do give lectures here in Burnett Honors College, so I don't want to give too much lecturing here about the music. So if you like something more about Indian music, join my class. And I'm so glad to present today my students. I'm teaching them since last almost 6-7 years. On my left side, Arya is learning tabla, and Govind also learning tabla. And earlier you heard another my student with our Indian anthem, Aina. She is also learning Indian singing, Hindustani singing from me too. So I'm so glad that we are all celebrating, and all my students, they also joined. here to celebrate India's function. After my first part of Santur, then I will have two another students. They will sing, one will be India's patriotic song, and another is bhajan, which is very well known, and always Mahatma Gandhi, he liked that bhajan. So that I will announce later on. So I will play Indian rag, that's a melodical scale, improvise it, and play with this rhythmic cycle of 16-beat composition where these two young boys will join me. So thank you for coming. Thanks. Thank you. Now I would like to ask my other student, Chirag and Mehul. They will be singing, one is singing patriotic song and another will sing also the bhajan. Thank you.
Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Yep, much better.
We'll take 2 minutes to tune the tabla in another pitch because Santur was in a different pitch and now they are singing in different pitch. So this is what in Indian music, you know, we keep changing the pitches, so we have to tune the instrument.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to be here. I was also performing with Guruji during the Republic Day event earlier this year. So this is the second time I'm doing it this year. So thank you, Guruji, for giving me the chance to do it. I'm going to be singing a patriotic song. This is the background. I just wanted to give everyone a brief background of what this song is about. A lot of us here are Indian diaspora. We have grown up in India. We miss India. We have nostalgic memories. And this song is, the background of this song is that there is a space scientist of Indian origin who is working at NASA. And he's just returned from a trip to India and he's missing the bonds that he built when he was in India. So I hope I'm able to do a little bit of justice. So let's start. मिट्टी की है जो खुशबू तू कैसे बुलाएगा, तू चाहे कहीं जाए, तू लौट के आएगा। नई नई राहों में दबी दबी आहों में खोए खोए दिल से तेरे कोई ये कहेगा। ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। तुझसे जिंदगी है ये कह रही, सब तो पा लिया, अब है क्या कमी। यूं तो सारे सुख है बरसे, पर दूर तू है अपने घर से। आ लौट चल तू अब दीवाने, जहाँ कोई तो तुझे अपना माने। आवाज दे तुझे बुलाने वहीं दे। ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। न पूछ रास्ते में काहे आए है इस तरह दो राहे। तू ही तो है राह जो सुझाए, तू ही तो है अब जो ये बताए। चाहे तो किस दिशा में जाए वही देश। ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है वो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। ये वो बंधन है वो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। ये वो बंधन है वो कभी टूट नहीं सकता।
So this is bhajan, and Gandhiji used to love this bhajan, and it's written by Narsi Mehta, and he's praying the God Krishna. And if you follow these lines, you can enlighten now. That's how this whole bhajan is. So thank you for giving me opportunity today, sir. This is my first time here. And thank you, sir. वैष्णव जन तो तैने रे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे वैष्णव जन तो तैने रे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए मन अभिमान न आने रे वैष्णव जन तो तैने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे सकल लोक मां सहुने वंदे नींदा न करे कैनी रे सकल लोक मां सहुने वंदे नींदा न करे कैनी रे वाच काछ मन निश्चल राखे वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी तेनी रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे समदृष्टि ने तृष्णा त्यागी पर स्त्री जने मात रे समदृष्टि ने तृष्णा त्यागी पर स्त्री जने मात रे जिहवा थकी असत्य न बोले जिहवा थकी असत्य न बोले पर धन नव झाले हाथ रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे मोह माया व्यापे नहीं जैने दृढ़ वैराग्य जना मन मारे मोह माया व्यापे नहीं जैने दृढ़ वैराग्य जना मन मारे राम नाम शू ताड़ी रे लागी राम नाम शू ताड़ी रे लागी सकड़ तीरथ तेना तन मारे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे वण लोभी ने कपट रहित छे काम क्रोध क्रोध निवार्या रे वण लोभी ने कपट रहित छे काम क्रोध निवार्या रे भणे नर संयो तेनु दर्शन करता भणे नर संयो तेनु दर्शन करता गुण को तिर तार्या रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए पन तो विमान न आणे रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे थैंक यू
Thank you, Pandit Muley, Arya, Govind, Mehul, and Chirag for your beautiful performances in honor of Independence Day. Pandit Muley, on behalf of UCF, I would like to thank you for your dedication to the UCF India Center and to the community for honoring us with your music at our celebration of Independence Day. Thank you very much. As you know, Orange County is home to a very vibrant Indian American community. And so today we are honored to have Shali Wong, Special Assistant to Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. She'll be joining us today to share a message from the mayor.
First of all, thanks to the Indian Center UCF for hosting this important celebration for the community. It is really my extreme honor to represent Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings to present the proclamation to UCF. Orange County is now the largest Asian American population county in Florida, with Indian American being the largest among the AAPI community. 2 years ago, Orange County Mayor Demings hosted the Diwali, first ever in the county. He told me the Diwali is the most vibrant, colorful, and diverse celebration he has ever seen in the county. So I want to take this opportunity to invite you all to join us again this year on November 13th with the collaboration with the UCF Indian Center in the county again. So now let me present the proclamation. The proclamation reads, whereas on August 15, 1947, India gained its independence from the British Empire, and whereas India has made notable advances in education, health, technology, science, arts, social welfare, and the environment since the independence 76 years ago. And whereas India is the largest democratic country in the world and a nation of extraordinary culture, rich heritage, and exceptional diversity. And whereas Orange County is proud to be home to a large Indian American population that contributes significantly to the county's social, economic, and civil advancement. And whereas the Indian Center at the University of Central Florida partners with numerous Indian American organizations to observe Indian Independence Day and acknowledge the accomplishments of the Indian American community in Central Florida. Now, therefore, Jerry L. Deming, by virtue of the authority vested in him as Orange County Mayor, do proclaim August 15, 2023 as India Independence Day.
Thank you so much, Shally. We appreciate the recognition for Mayor Demings as we celebrate today. But our celebration today would not be possible without the help from the community. Provost Johnson, I'd like to welcome you back. Provost Johnson would like to extend our appreciation to each of today's supporting community organizations. So I would like to invite one of the leaders from each of these community organizations to receive a certificate of appreciation from UCF Provost Johnson. So please come to the stage as your organization's name is called. Come over here. Bengali Society of Florida. Dr. Sudipta Seal is here to receive the certificate. There he is. Thank you. I think someone's taking a picture. There they are. And the Brevard Indo-American Medical and Dental Association, Glad Kurian is here to accept the certificate. Mr. Kurian is the founder and honorary executive director of BIMDA, and he's also here to accept the award for the Indian Association of the Space Coast. So, thank you. The Central Florida Association of Physicians from the Indian Subcontinent, Dr. Sushma Naka is here to accept the certificate. Dr. Naka is the current president of COPI, and they've been great supporters of UCF and the India Center. The Gujarati Society of Central Florida, Vijay Patel, current president of the Gujarati Society of Central Florida, is here to accept the certificate. And the Hindu Society of Central Florida, Dr. Sampath Shanmugam, the president of the Hindu Society of Central Florida, is here to accept the certificate. Dr. Sampath? I know he's here. Thought he was here. Okay. Anyone here from the Hindu Society of Central Florida? Thank you. Sutram. Thank you so much. On behalf of UCF. The Indian American Business Association And Chamber, I don't think they were able to make it here today, unless I'm mistaken, but we do want to acknowledge their support. Okay, thank you. The Indian American Chamber of Commerce. Vince Patel. Thank you very much, Vince. The Sikh Society of Central Florida. Lakhvir Singh is the current chairperson, here to accept the certificate. And finally, the Telugu Association of Greater Orlando. The current president, Suresh Chariyavarala, is here to accept the certificate. Suresh, thank you on behalf of UCF. He's making his way. But we have such a great turnout. Thank you all. Thank you to all of the community organizations for supporting the India Center and joining us on this Independence Day celebration. Before we move on to our social hour, I would like to welcome Yogini Joshi, a UCF alumna, to join me to sing Vande Mataram. Yogini has been a student of classical Hindustani music for several years. Please help me welcome Yogini.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujala, Sufala, Malayaj Shitala, Shasya Shamalam, Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhra Josna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumitat Drumadhara Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yogini, for your beautiful performance of Vande Mataram. Now I ask that you please stay and enjoy some refreshments. And if you'd like to learn more about the India Center, you can talk to me, Dr. Haman, Provost Johnson, Tony or Shannon are here as well. And the acting consul general did have to leave. They were driving back to Atlanta, and the first secretary had to make her way back to DC. But I do thank them for coming to join us as well. So in closing, I would like to acknowledge everyone who has helped make this event possible, our community partners, and especially our student volunteers. We have a lot of student volunteers who helped make this event possible. So I would like to once again thank you all. Thank you to our guests for coming to UCF to join us in this celebration today. And I hope to see many of you again at future India Center events. So I encourage you to all stay and mingle and reflect on the importance of India's independence. Thank you so much.